Hey chefs, how's it going? Welcome to Sweet Willy's Kitchen. You know, I put a little thing out there on Instagram and I'm in a really good mood. Why? Because my beloved New York Giants are now 2-2 and they had a real good game against the Buffalo Bills. So, whenever I'm in a good mood after a good football game, I'm going to cook something that tastes so good. And those of you who might have guessed it right, we're going to make chicken parm, which tastes so good. So, we started with the sauce, okay? The regular pizza sauce that we did in Sweet Willy's Kitchen, just to give you a review. For each can of tomatoes that we used, okay, this size tomato can, okay, we used 3 cloves of garlic and a teaspoon of oregano and a teaspoon of salt. And what we did was we put the oil in the pan. We covered the bottom of the pan with the oil. We did the garlic to get that warmed up. We put the whole can of tomatoes in, and then we added our teaspoon or tablespoon, depending on how herby you want it. So I typically use a tablespoon. So we used a tablespoon for each tablespoon of oregano for each one of these, and we used a teaspoon of salt. Okay, and that's been simmering now for about an hour, so it's actually ready. So what we're actually going to be doing is doing the chicken portion, the chicken cutlet portion of the chicken parm. Essentially, chicken parm is a chicken cutlet, and we take the chicken cutlets and we're going to put them in a pie pan like this. And we're going to stick them in here. We're going to cover it up with sauce and cover it with mozzarella cheese and stick it in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees. And remember, the cutlet is already cooked. The sauce is already cooked. All we want to do is put a little heat to that whole thing so the flavors get together and we get that cheese nice and melty. And when all that happens, it tastes so good. So, let's get started, okay? So, what we're going to do is, these are what things we're going to need. We're going to need the chicken breasts. Now, what I did was I went to my supermarket and I get them, they're already cut fresh from the butcher, nice and thin. So these are cutlets. If you do not have access to that, you get the boneless chicken breasts and you slice them thin accordingly. And then what we'll do is, so we'll be using these. And we're going to be using an egg wash. And in this case, we'll use 3 eggs. All right, so let's get 3 eggs together here. 1, 2, 3 eggs, and we're going to add, let's add a teaspoon of oregano. Okay, so 3 eggs, a teaspoon of oregano, and a teaspoon of parsley. Okay. And then we're going to add about 3 ounces of water. That will make an egg wash for the chicken. So we're going to beat those eggs up, get that going. And get that nice and loose and nice and mixed up. And then I've got about a pound, just a little over a pound of chicken cutlets, okay? Take those, and I'm going to put those in the egg mixture. Okay, I got 1, 2, I got 6 chicken cutlets, so get that in the egg mixture and let that sit in the egg mixture for about 5 minutes while we get the other things together. All right, so that's sitting in the egg mixture. The oven just got the temperature. Wash my hands, so we'll do. Let's move everything over by the kitchen, over by the stove. So we've got the pan here. So we've got the pan at medium heat, medium to high heat. I'm going to use about a cup of olive oil. Let's take about a cup of olive oil here. And then we're going to use roughly a half a cup of canola oil. And the reason why I do that is because canola oil has a higher smoke point, and that will allow the olive oil to be a little more durable for the heat. Okay, so we're going to get that up to speed. And while that's happening, we're going to have our bowl, and we're going to use about 2 cups of breadcrumbs, Italian style breadcrumbs I use. This is the brand of my choice. This is the stuff that I grew up with. Okay, and essentially what we're going to do is when this gets up to temperature, we're going to take this, flip them around, get them coated, and then we're going to put those in. Okay, so that is where we are. The sauce has already been done. That's been cooking, so we're going to wait for this to get up to speed here. Typically, you can tell when you put a little stick of water, throw a little water. When you hear the water bubbles start to pop, that means that the oil is up to temperature. You don't want it too hot, otherwise things will start to smoke, and then you're going to burn your food. We don't like burnt food. Burnt food's not good. So, for the purposes of today, we're going to learn how to cook chicken cutlets, and then we're going to learn how to put this together to put together our chicken parm. In the meantime, I'm going to get myself a bowl. I'm going to get myself a dish, so when the cutlets come out of the oil, they have a place to drain. So here we go. So there's an area where everything's going to get transferred here. So let's get ourselves a nice good work area here. Okay, we're going to put them over here onto the side, and maybe we'll put them over here. Everybody could see them. Still trying to get used to the new digs. Okay, so another splatter of water. Let's see if not yet. Put that up a little higher. Yeah, this thing is starting to look like it's getting up to temperature here. So, I'm going to take our chicken, one of our chicken cutlets that we've got. So the egg mixture's on there. Flip that around. Make sure it's nice and coated. Here you can pick that up with your hands, and we're gonna you can hear it. Can you hear it? I bet you can see it. Good job. Okay. Another cutlet. Flip it around. Put another one. Now be careful. Let the adults do this. Yeah, it's another reason why we don't let that. We don't have the oil up too high. Otherwise, things will start crackling and making a whole mess of things. So you could always increase the temperature, but at first glance, let's wait. So we'll be able to make 6 cutlets. While those are cooking, we'll mix these up. these are ready to go in here. These are all breaded, egg, floured, and breaded. Oh, good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check these. And they're starting to brown. Everything's starting to go. So what we'll do is we'll wait about. We did this. This was in the water, in the oil for about a minute. Switch those over. You don't want to get them too dark. This is a good color for them. It's golden brown, nice and solid. Remember, these are going to be in the oven for 30 minutes as well, so they'll be cooking while they're in the oven. All right, that's looking pretty good. I would say about 2 minutes aside would be a good number. This one looks ready. Yeah. You see how that is here, right? You got the brown around the sides. Okay, it's nice and golden brown, so we're going to take that one out. You can go a little longer. This one was the last one that we put in. All right, guys, we are back. The chicken cutlets have been made into cutlets. The sauce is all ready. I made a switch. We're going to use a covered dish instead of the pie. If you only have a cake pan, you would use that and then cover it with aluminum foil. But in this case, I had one of these handy. So let's assemble this thing. Let's get this together. All right. So what we're going to do is here's our dish. What we're going to do is give ourselves 2 scoops of the marinara to coat the bottom. So we want to coat the bottom. So enough to coat the bottom. So that's all coated here. All right, that's coated. And we're going to take ourselves 2 of those, and we'll get ourselves some mozzarella, or pizza cheese, or whatever you guys call it there. We'll take a little of that. We'll cover each cutlet. Cover each cutlet with cheese. And then we're gonna get 3 more coverings. Just enough to cover the layer of cheese that we put on here. Get that shaken up, good. And then we're gonna put 2 more of the cutlets. Cover those with cheese. And then we'll repeat. And then the last cutlet, the Big Daddy. Cover that with cheese. A lot of cheese, a lot of sauce. It's all good. It's all good. Go. And then there's only a little cheese left, so we'll just finish it all up there. I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to stick it in the 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes, and we'll check up on it, okay? It's still bubbling, and it's still liking all bubbly. And there you go. So, we've been letting that sit in the sauce and the cheese for a few minutes, 20 minutes or so. So let's put this together here, all right? We're gonna get some of the bougatine and put that on top. Put this in a nice bowl, and then I'm gonna take the top piece of our chicken parm. And I think what we're going to do is add a little more sauce. Let's get a spoon here, and we're going to get ourselves a little fresh Parmesan cheese or grated Parmesan on the top dish. And that, my friends, is chicken parm, and it tastes so good. So let's get this over to somebody who might find what we're cooking interesting. Let's see if they like it. Little point of view here. Little point of view.
Hey gang, sitting here on my throne.
Who's that?
It's Mommy, and she's waiting for her chicken parm. Oh, bucatine. That's the way Pops used to like it. It looks like it's gonna be really hot, like brutally out of the oven hot. But I'll take one for the team. Everybody's watching me.
I think we might want to let that cool down.
Good job, Sweet Willy.
Chicken parm.
You taste so good.
All right, guys. So that's what we've got. We've got chicken parm, and it tastes so good. Listen, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for subscribing. Those of you who have not subscribed, please do. You know, I checked the website, and we're close to 92,000 views. So we're moving up there. And those of you who've been watching the show regularly, I really thank you. And we got lots of things to do, lots of recipes to put together. It's October, like I said. I've got the Harry Potter cookbook, so we're gonna have a lot of things that we can use for Thanksgiving and, well, of course, Halloween. So for now, I'm Sweet Willy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.